The inaugural Aurora Prize ceremony took place on April 24th at the Garandemir complex in Yerevan, an initiative that on the 101st anniversary of the Armenian genocide was an indication that Armenians are ready to shake off 100 years of victimization and embrace a common humanity and tolerance. The ceremony left hundreds in tears, but first about the initiative and what it represents. The Aurora Prize was announced in April 2015 as part of the 100 Lives Initiative, a new global enterprise rooted in the events of the Armenian genocide. 100 Lives is an initiative of the Idea Foundation in turn, a charitable foundation committed to promoting social economic development in Armenia through investments in long-term non-profit projects. The Aurora Prize for Awakening Humanity will be given each year on April 24th in Yerevan on behalf of the survivors of the Armenian genocide and in gratitude to their saviors. An Aurora Prize laureate will be honored each year with a $100,000 grant, as well as the unique opportunity to continue the cycle of giving by nominating organizations that inspired their work for a $1 million award. The prize is co-founded by Ruben Vartanian, Vartan Grigorian, and Nubar Afeyan. Sunday's inaugural ceremony began with a film about Aurora Mardiganian, after whom the prize is named, a woman who lived through the uncountable horrors of the Armenian genocide and then heroically relived them in a book in 1918, Ravished Armenia, which by January of 1919 was turned into a movie, The Auction of Souls. The film generated $30 million profit internationally, which went to 60,000 Armenian orphans through the Near East relief. Aurora Mardiganian, born Arshalus Mardikian, would speak after each premiere until the strain of recalling past events overcame her. She fainted following a screening in 1920 and never appeared in public again. The hosts of the evening were world-renowned singer Hasmik Papian and journalist and novelist David Ignatius. The evening opened with a ballet performance, The Two Sons, choreographed by Rudolf Kharatian, based on St. Gregory of Narek's Book of Lamentations. The performance culminated with one of the dancers revealing the Aurora Prize statuette. The Integrity in Journalism Award of the International Center for Journalists was announced as an addition to the Aurora Prize and was presented to Rukmini Kalimachi from the New York Times for her work in reporting on the atrocities perpetrated by Al-Qaeda and ISIS and the horrific conditions endured by Yazidi refugees. Ruben Vartanian, one of the co-founders of the prize, said he was given the opportunity to stand on that stage because some time ago a stranger saved the life of his grandfather.
For me, it's a very emotional day. It's personally feeling very difficult to talk because really it was the dream of the Nubar, mine, and Vartan many years ago to make this award in Armenia, especially because I believe we are like nation knows how painful is suffering after genocide, how painful to lose our kids 18 years old in Artsakh now in April, how difficult to continue see the violence around us and see no human behavior. But I think this is why we are stronger, and the only way if we can give back and help others also. Just think about ourselves is not enough. And I'm so great today in Yerevan, in April 24, a special day for our Armenian nation. We are celebrating the people who really saved the lives of others in other parts of the world.
The ceremony paid special tribute to Armenian soldiers who were killed in the recent four-day war in Nagorno-Karabakh when their portraits appeared projected during a performance of Aram Khachaturian's symphony with bells composed at the height of the World War II. George Clooney, the co-founder of Not On Our Watch, a humanitarian and world-famous performer and filmmaker, a co-chair of the Aurora Prize Selection Committee, and an anticipated guest in Armenia, took the stage to emphasize the importance of the prize.
Years before anyone uttered the word genocide, there was Armenia. And although the actual word was yet to be introduced, we were well aware of its characteristics. Cruelty has always been at the core, not self-defense, not simply war, but the deliberate destruction of an entire people. It happened to Armenians starting 101 years ago, and we've seen it repeated all over the world since. Germany, Cambodia, Bosnia, Rwanda. I've seen it firsthand in the broken limbs and the broken families and the broken hearts of the people of Darfur. So I've seen what mankind is capable of at its worst. But I've also seen something else, something much stronger than hate. I've seen bravery and kindness and incredible acts of love. Tonight, we celebrate the best examples of that. The simple truth is that all of us here tonight are the result of someone's act of kindness. The Clooney family, my family, fled a potato famine in Ireland to come to the United States, where their very survival required a room, a meal, and a helping hand. We all stand on the shoulders of good people who didn't look away when we were in need. It might have been 101 years ago, or it might have been last year. If we are to survive as a people, we can't simply look away, not from the people of Syria, or South Sudan, or the Congo. We call them refugees, but they're people just like you and me. And if you stand right in front of them and you look them deep into their eyes, you might very well see an Irish potato farmer, or you might see a young Armenian girl named Aurora trying to get home.
Each of the Aurora Prize finalists were presented accompanied by a short report on their mission. Sayyidah Ghulam Fatima, the General Secretary of the Bonded Labor Liberation Front in Pakistan. Sayyidah Ghulam Fatima has worked tirelessly to eradicate bonded labor, one of the last remaining forms of slavery, liberating thousands of Pakistani workers. Father Bernard Ginvi, a Catholic priest in the Central African Republic, Father Bernard Ginvi has provided refuge and health services to those on both sides of the civil war in the Central African Republic through his mission in Bosemtele. He has saved hundreds of people from persecution and death. Dr. Tom Cantina is an American physician and the sole doctor of the Mother of Mercy Hospital in rebel-held territory of Numba Mountains, Sudan. Despite several bombings by the Sudanese government, Dr. Cantina resides on the hospital grounds so that he may be on call at all times. Dr. Cantina was not present in person. Marguerite Barankitse of Mission Shalom and Rima Hospital in Burundi. Marguerite Barankitse saved thousands of lives and cared for orphans and refugees during the years of civil war in Burundi.
The very first recipient of the Aurora Prize for Awakening Humanity is going to go to Marguerite.
After announcing the winner, the first laureate of the Aurora Prize was asked to announce the names of the organizations she chose to be the receivers of the 1 million prize. In conclusion, the Hover Choir performed Charles Aznavour's Pour toi Arménie in the presence of the world-renowned chansonnier himself.